I just thought that idea of it kind of crossing those three boundaries of the anime, games, and music.
Yeah, exactly.
Even with the band that you're in, Sick, the Slipknot tribute band. We were talking off air when you first got here, and you were talking a little bit about having the role in the band of having to do a lot of design, flyers, promo, all these kinds of things. And I thought that was so cool because, you know, the person that you're playing in this project is the persona, the clown. And when I was looking up his kind of history, he is one of the people that plays a very pivotal role in their media production, music videos. I don't know. Did you know that? I didn't know that about him.
He's a very artsy kind of guy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
this is perfect.
I had learned about that like later on too, you know, like going into it wasn't, you know, I didn't join the band because I'm the biggest Slipknot fan in the world.
Right.
I did it because I love music, and it's a challenge. It's a role. It's performance, right? So I welcome that challenge, right? But learning more about it, Sean Cran, the clown, he's a very artistic dude. He, you know, does a lot of painting, does a lot of media, a lot of experimental stuff, and I thought it was a kind of an interesting parallel that I also like doing that kind of stuff. I like, if I can help it, I like making my own masks in the group,
nice.
And I like, you know, doing just creative stuff. I need that kind of stuff, and I feel like it's just a personality type that maybe we both share, but like, what a crazy coincidence. You know,
it's awesome.
So, definitely.
So how did that come about? Did you already know them? Were they just put out a call for people when they're forming it? I mean, how did that come about?
Yeah, so the guy who formed the band, I had already known him, but how I had met him was right before the pandemic. He was looking for people to be in a System of a Down tribute band. And I love System of a Down, so that was actually like a formal audition where I as the front man. So I was like, I'm gonna record
That's
some.
an undertaking.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I love singing the stuff, but like once we got going, it was a lot. You know? So I had done some.
He's a diverse dude.
Very.
Life is a waterfall. We're one in the river and one again after the fall. Swimming through the void, we hear the word. We lose ourselves, but we find it all. 'Cause we are the ones that wanna play. Always wanna go, but you never wanna stay. And we are the ones that wanna choose. Always wanna play, but you never wanna lose.
Very diverse, and I did. You know, I eventually, after submitting some recordings, and you know, they were like, "We're interested in you doing the thing and doing a bunch of practices and a couple of shows." You know, that's what I was doing before, so that's how I had met them. And like you said, it was a huge challenge, not just doing the role or singing the songs, but also that was my first introduction into like a formal, like professional band setting,
right?
You know, so you know, we were doing shows where we were doing, you know, hour 40 sets, kind of things like that, with the in-ears and the click tracks and everything brand new, completely new to me.
That's a lot to take
you know,
off.
you go from garage bands to, you know, this kind of thing.
Wake up! Run, rush, and put a little makeup. I just have to fade away the shake up. Why'd you leave the keys up on the table? Here you go, create another fable. You wanted to. Grab a brush and put a little makeup.
And then also trying to juggle the voiceover and everything else, and you know, it was a lot.
Well, I don't think you trust in my self-righteous suicide. I cry when angels deserve to die.
I eventually was like, I think I need to take a step back or step down from this, and it wasn't difficult to find a new vocalist, and he's amazing at what he does and stuff. But the the guy who was in that band, maybe like a year or two later, and we were in talks of other bands too. Like for a little while before Slipknot, he wanted to get a Doors tribute going, and he wanted me to do Jim, and I was like, that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Things are about to explode, Jim. You can feel it in the air. People want to fight or fuck, love or kill. Vietnam is right out there, man. Sides are being chosen. Everything's gonna flame, man. The planet is screaming for change, Morrison. We gotta make the myths.
There are the great orgies, man. Like when Dionysus arrived in Greece, he made all the women mad, leaving their homes and dancing off into the mountains. Should be great golden copulations in the streets of L.A., man.
We should call ourselves Dionysus, right?
I got a name. Doors.
Hello, I love you. Won't you tell me your name?
That would be a fun one.
Yeah, it would be fun. But before
Definitely
that,
less taxing than Surge.
oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Minus the leather pants, you know,
Yeah,
like.
right.
But and then he was like, "Hey, doing Slipknot thing. We have these roles filled. There's 9 members in Slipknot. We have these roles filled. Do any of these interest you, or are you interested?" And some I was like, I just can't do. Like, you know, Sid does DJing. I don't have any DJ equipment. You know, I just. But I was like, you know what I can do? I can smash a keg with a baseball bat. You know, I can do that.
I'm really good at that.
I'm really good at that.
What do you think about that?
Thought about it. I'm in.
And the role of the clown just kind of called to me.
The dust of my father.
This is a bit of a like personal thing, or a bit of history, I guess. Is my grandparents were actually professional clowns.
Oh,
They did clowning and they were magicians.
That's awesome.
And they would do like event. They would dress up as like the Easter Bunny or the Santa Claus. They were did all that stuff. So I'm kind of fond of clowns. People are either terrified or they love them, and I love clowns because of that. And so,
Wow.
and also in high school I mascotted. I was a mascot, and so the idea of just doing.
You've been around personas your entire life.
Yeah, it's all about just stepping into another role, and stepping into a different persona. So I've done a bit of clowning and I've done mascotting, and so the idea of performing behind a mask, I was like, I love the idea.
Pagliacci, tragic clown. Pagliacci.
What did you say?
What are you, a cop?
No, I'm a clown.
You look familiar.
You ever been to the circus?
Oh, when I was a kid.
Did you like it?
Well, it was fun. I was kind of scared of the clowns.
Are you still scared of clowns?
Yeah.
It's another thing too, is like stepping into the role of somebody else, right? And I'm the kind of guy, like if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna go hard, right? So
right.
I'm gonna watch the live videos, I'm gonna watch the performances, how they evolve over time. I'm gonna see how Sean does it, you know, and that's what I'm gonna do on stage. But I'm gonna add a little bit of my own thing too.
Yeah, right.
And it's about agency, right? I think that goes back to what we were talking about before. Is you can be influenced by everything, and you'll be tossed around, right? But having your own agency and taking influence and being able to apply that influence in the way that you do it is a huge part of how you present yourself, And the number of times that I have people come up to me after a show saying, "You were my favorite thing to look at." Or I've seen Slipknot 20 times and you do it just like they do, or something like that. It's just like that affirmation to be like, I'm doing something right,
Right.
Because you don't always get that feedback, but when you hear it, you're just like, this is amazing. And just the energy from crowds or people in general, it's a whole nother, element to it.
Yeah.
So this past week, Slipknot played here in Dallas, and I saw them for the first time ever.
I felt the air rise up in me a down and clear the stone of leaves. I wander out where you can't see. Inside my shell I wait and bleed.
I bought my seat to be right in front of, I saw the whole band, but I was right in front of where Sean was, and I was like, I'm taking mental notes, at the same time. I want to research or study for that role, is what it kind of is to me, stepping into that role. It's been kind of a cool, crazy, like liberating kind of experience is to be, how creative can I be on this stage? Like, I have to play to a click and I play all my drum parts and stuff, but like, what am I doing when I'm not actively playing?
Yeah, right.
Am I interacting with the crowd? Am I acting like I'm going crazy on stage? Am I doing a little dance? Am I whatever, You
got to do your Walla 5 minutes in the background.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. How much is the fish? Whatever they say. But it's a challenge in itself, but it's a fun challenge. It's been a really, really great experience. And man, there's so many layers about it too, is because there are 8 other bodies on that stage. How am I going to interact with them? Right? What am I going to do with them? Is it going to be different from the last show?
Yeah, right.
Every stage is a different size.
Yep.
Some stages were shoulder to shoulder. Some stages I could do laps around it, Like, what are we going to do? And it's just a playground for creativity. And at first, going into it, admittedly, I was really nervous. I was like, I don't know if I'm the guy for this. I'm nervous. I'm scared. I'm scared also. You're sealed in a jumpsuit and a latex mask for almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you wearing?
It's a hazmat suit. That stands for Hazardous Materials Men's Suit Wearing. If you rent more than 4 times a year, it just makes sense to buy.
What is going to happen? I don't know. But at this point, it's been such a treat to have fun and play on stage every time. That's the way I describe it too. It's like some people probably think we take ourselves really seriously, but we're a bunch of 30-year-old men playing Halloween on stage. Is essentially what we're doing, right? So at the end of the day, when I'm done playing, I'm just going to be me again. I'm not the clown off stage, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And the same goes for if it's an anime role, I'm not that character off, outside of the booth or whatever the case may be. So it's about putting on those masks and stepping into those personas and things like that. And at the end of the day, it's just, I can feel fulfilled by the work that I do and things like that, and continue to just try to improve, really. So
yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah.